Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and it's time for another rapid fire critique right here on the Flickr, and it's from Christel13. We have a set of 10 images that I believe most were taken with a Rebel XSI, so it's a pretty it's a little older camera. So let's take a look at these images and give the honest critique. Critiquey McCritiquerson, as we'll call it. So right here we have this girl wearing something on the beach. It looks like a bikini, and we cut her hands off. I'm leaning around because my microphone's in the way. So I like the color, I like the tone, I like the exposure, I like most of the stuff in this image. But what I personally would like to see, one, cutting off the fingers, no. Definitely a no-no in this situation because it takes away from the image. But I'd love to see the eye contact. I know I say this a lot and I repeat myself over and over, but for me, it's about the eye contact. I don't mind the soft look away, but I want to see the eyes. I want to see the engagement of the eyes right into the camera. You see a major difference there in just like the reaction that a reader or a reaction that somebody looking at your images is going to give you. So we'll move on to the next one. Same here. You know, let's see what this was taken at. So down here, settings, 1/60th of a second, f3.2, 800 ISO, 50mm lens. So that means it was probably the 51.8 or something along those lines. So let's go back to her. Now, a lot of you can probably think about what I'm going to say, and one has to do with contrast. Pumping this contrast, the colors in this would be tremendous if you pumped it up. Now, if it's in your opinion that you would like it to be flatter, obviously that's perfectly fine. This is a very good-looking girl. And again, 2 images in a row, it's about the eye contact. It's not about the eyeshadow that she has on. She probably has big, gorgeous eyes, and the lighting is nice, but with her eyes open, looking right, the composition is really good in this one. I don't mind right here the way that the knuckles and things are cut because of the way that the image is centered, but her eyes, if she had big eyes, beautiful eyes, a little bit more contrast, well, I'd say a lot more contrast, but this image would be a major winner if her eyes were connecting with the camera. Just watch the difference. Look, watch me, you ready? Do you see that difference? Eye contact makes a big difference. Yeah, we'll move through. Well, there we go. If we had these eyes right here, this shot would be tremendous. So this is something similar. It's not as sharp. What is sharp here, and I know it's hard to tell here on the Flickr, 3.2 ISO 800. It's hard to tell without full, but these eyes don't look to be extremely sharp. It looks like the eyelashes are sharp. The eyes have to be extremely sharp here. It looks like the nose and the scarf is where the focus is. We need the sharpness on the eyes. You know, in this case, I don't mind. Like, here, let's take a look at it. At 3.2, is there any depth of field here that really would matter? So I wouldn't mind shooting at 4 or 4.5 or maybe even 5.6. I know we have some fall off here, but I want those eyes freaking sharp. And the fact that the focus is here, that's not good. Now, the eyes I love. They have to be sharper. So you got to focus in on those eyes and make sure that you're locked in. And then you want, same thing here. I know it's a girl. It's a little kid. But we got to be like, hey, look here, bling, bling. And then take the picture. And the color's different in my opinion here. So just... you know, it's a little on the greenish, jaundicey, yellowy side, but the eye contact, I don't mind this look, though. You know, the reason I don't mind the non-eye contact in this one as much, now that I look at it a little deeper, is that her eyebrows are pursed. You know, they're not pursed, they're down. There's some emotion going on here. I think this one would be a good black and white. Moving forward, all right, shoot a little wider. You don't want to cut off the hand here. Engagement type shots, okay. To me, they just bore me to death anymore. They're very, you know, unless this is something important to them in the background. The guy's got nice hair. Pull back, show more of the scene. The color's okay. Like to see a black and white also. I like this. I like the way that these are out of focus here, the blades of grass. I like that, but back up. You know, back up a little bit. Show a little bit more of what's going on in the frame. Focus. We don't have focus here. That's what's not sharp. Let's see. 1.4. Yeah, so I guess they have the 51.4. this isn't focused here. It's focused down here on the arm and on the hands right here. It's got to be focused on the eye. The lighting's fine. You know, the subject is perfectly fine. Just got to get that focus on. If the focus isn't on, it's not a usable shot just like that. The square crop throws me. I mean, I don't mind the square crop that much. I like the focus on the kids. I like the pulled back tone of the color. I'd also like to see, conversely, a black and white. But I also like to see a full horizontal shot, more so than just this square creation. But in this day and age, we have a lot of options to shoot with our cameras. We do have square options, not in a lot of the Pro end, but, well, some of them do, but I know a lot of the Micro Four Thirds do. Not a big fan of those, I'll say that now. But I like the contact. The eyes here, the eyes there, much better eye contact. Really like it. But I think a high contrast black and white would go very well. Okay, let me see what this is taken at. Load. Love. F2. No reason to shoot this shot at F2. The focus is just off. So this is not an image I would show in my top 10 or in a portfolio. It's out of focus. It's not a shot that you would put in a portfolio because it's out of focus. The moment being captured, if we look at that a little tighter, you know, fill the frame a little bit more with these guys in this case, but, you know, once it's out of focus, it's not usable. This is much better. I like this. Was it Miami? Is this Miami? Yeah, it looks like Miami. I finally walked down the streets of Miami recently when I was there, and it was incredible. I mean, unbelievable. It's like Havana. Not that I've been to Cuba, but I know that Adam is going shortly. But really, it was amazing. The old roads. I felt like you're in the 50s and the 60s, and it hasn't changed. It's Latin flair, and it's really cool. The Cuban flair. It's awesome. I like this shot. I like the car. I like the feel of it. The black and white is nice. Excuse me as I itch my nose. Not much else to say about it, but it's fine. Is this the last one? This is the last one. We've got a musical instrument. It gets a shrug of the shoulders because there's not much context. If it was in the context of a photo story, then it would play a better part. But just, you know, seeing the whatever that whatever that thing is, doesn't do it for me as much. Because it's not part of a context if there was something else going on. That's just my feel for it. There's some really, really good shots here. Just the moral of the story for a lot of this. Well, one, the Rebel XSI or whatever camera, is it the XS? It is the Rebel XSI. Perfectly fine. Put a good piece of glass on there. That 51.4 is a very, very amazing lens on that Canon camera. Any 1.4 is going to be great on any camera, but you know, you got to get that focus tack sharp on the eyes if that's what you're focusing on, because if it's not in focus, it really makes it difficult to look at the images. So that's it, rapid fire critique. Don't forget you can submit your rapid fire critique here on the website. Let me click to the home button. And don't forget about the San Francisco boot camp. For all of you guys in San Francisco, you can sign up for the boot camp. It's January 5th, 2013. And I think the Sunday is when we're going to do the free Photo walk. Come on, website. Can you load a little quicker? It's probably going slow because I'm loading stuff. But anyway, click on Submit Photos. You can then enter your Flickr photo information there and get a Flickr photo critique. So there you have it. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya! Are you subscribed yet on the YouTube channel? Well, click this subscribe button right here. Also click this box if you want to be emailed every time I upload a new video so you can get the latest video uploads as they happen. And also, if you haven't signed up for the free user's guide, sign up right here. Put your name, email address in here, hit send it. You will get a free ebook sent to your email, as well as a link to a 60-minute long video on flash photography in the studio that Adam and I created. So please do that, and we'll see you.